Hello, my name is Don Gilman and I am the author of The End. This is the second story I've submitted to Smashwords, and it's a little different than the first one, which was Upon His Throne Beneath the City. It was more of a horror story. This is more of a drama and just kind of straight up fiction. It's about a comet that is en route to the Earth. It's going to hit the Earth, there's no doubt about it. It's 12 miles wide. They know it's going to cause massive destruction, and everybody knows it's coming. And this isn't a story that's a action adventure. There's no daring escapes. There's nothing like that at all. This is basically a story of what two people's lives look like when they're facing their own death. This is their emotional lives as they're going through what they're going through, watching this thing come closer day after day. I really like this story a lot, actually. I'd say it's one of the more emotional stories that I've ever written. And yeah, so it's very different. And the main characters are Megan, who is a 20-something woman who has basically sold all of her belongings at the beginning before everybody really knew it was going to hit, and she just bought a bunch of pot and packed her bags and left New York City, or maybe she left Chicago, and headed west to go out into the country. So she has gone out hitchhiking, and her partner that she was with actually commits suicide at the very beginning. We find out about his suicide just because he couldn't take the strain of knowing that this comet was coming. The other character, who is just as important, his name is Joseph, and he's an old farmer that lives in Iowa, and he's all alone. He's a widower, and he lost both his son in the first Gulf War and then his wife to cancer, and he's also trying to deal with the ramifications of this comet that's going to hit the Earth. It's a very simple story in that sense. It's not complex. Like I said, it's not something where they're trying to get away or has any kind of action adventure elements to it at all. It's just strictly what they are going through as this comet comes closer and closer. I really do like this story a lot. I think that the story has a lot of very real human elements to it. I feel like it's a good story. Like I say, it's more of a general fiction story. It has a lot of fear in it, but it's not a horror story by any stretch of the imagination. I really try not to make the emotions overwrought for the most part. There are a few times where there are outbursts and things like that. But it's a tragedy, really. I guess the story, that's the best way to describe it, is it's a tragedy. And so I'm not going to lie, it doesn't have a happy ending. That's why it's called The End. But at the same time, I think it's definitely well worth the cost of $2.99 to download. And so I hope you'll take a chance on this book as well as my other one, Upon His Throne Beneath the City, both of which can be found at smashwords.com. So anyway, thank you again for your time. And this is Don Gilman signing out, and I hope that you will read some more of my work. Thanks a lot.